Have you ever pondered the depth and beauty of Surah Al-Mulk, a chapter from the Holy Quran? Welcome to the world of Surah Al-Mulk, a chapter that holds a special place in the sacred text of Islam, the Holy Quran. It's the 67th chapter, composed of 30 eloquent verses that convey profound messages of faith, humility, and the grandeur of Allah's creation. For learners of the Quran, Surah Al-Mulk is a treasure trove of wisdom. It's a chapter that is revered for its teachings and its ability to inspire introspection. It provides a glimpse into the divine wisdom and the vastness of Allah's kingdom, encouraging believers to reflect on the magnitude of the Creator's power. So let's dive into this journey of exploration and understanding. Together, we'll unravel the layers of meaning woven into each verse, capturing the essence of this beautiful surah. Embark on this journey to understand the profound message conveyed in Surah Al-Mulk. The first 5 verses of Surah Al-Mulk highlight the magnificence of Allah's kingdom. The surah begins by acknowledging Allah's dominion over all things. The entire universe, with its vast galaxies, planets, and stars, is a testament to His boundless sovereignty. The verse, "He who created 7 heavens in layers," reveals the grandeur of Allah's creation. Each layer, from the skies we see above to the celestial bodies beyond our reach, is a symbol of His infinite power and supreme craftsmanship. The second verse, "You do not see in the creation of the Most Merciful any inconsistency," further emphasizes the perfection of Allah's creations. From the smallest atom to the largest galaxy, there is a flawless harmony and balance in the universe. This intricate design is not a product of chaos or randomness, but the meticulous planning of the Most Merciful. The verses continue by challenging us to find any faults or discrepancies in Allah's creation. This is not a test of our observational skills, but rather a call to acknowledge His supreme power. In recognizing the perfection of His creation, we begin to grasp the enormity of His kingdom. The surah then moves on to the creation of life, highlighting the importance of acknowledging Allah's power. The verse, "And we adorned the nearest heaven with stars and made them what is thrown at the devils," underscores His authority not just on a physical level, but also on a spiritual one. He has power over all creatures, seen and unseen, and His kingdom extends beyond the physical realm we inhabit. Finally, the surah reminds us that Allah is the Lord of all points of sunrise and sunset. His dominion is not limited by time or space. He is the eternal ruler, the timeless sovereign, whose authority permeates every moment of our lives and every corner of the universe. In these verses, we are reminded of the grandeur of Allah's creations and His absolute power and authority. Verses 6 through 14 discuss the dire consequences of disbelief. They paint a vivid picture of the fate that awaits those who turn away from faith and choose to ignore the divine signs. The verses speak of a blazing fire, a painful torment that awaits those who reject the truth. This is not a punishment meted out in anger, but a consequence of one's own actions, a result of the choices made in this life. Yet, the verses do not merely speak of punishment. They also speak of hope and redemption. They tell us that even those who have strayed from the path have the opportunity to return. They only need to open their hearts to the divine message and embrace the truth. The verses remind us that the physical world is not all there is. They tell us of a spiritual realm, an eternal life that awaits us beyond the confines of this worldly existence. They tell us that the true value of our actions lies not in their earthly rewards, but in their spiritual implications. They urge us to look beyond the superficial, to seek the deeper meanings and truths. They tell us that it is not enough to merely exist, to go through the motions of life. We need to strive, to seek, to question. We need to engage with the world around us, not just as passive observers, but as active participants. The verses also underscore the importance of good deeds. They tell us that faith is not just about belief, but about action. It is about making a conscious effort to do good, to help others, to spread kindness and compassion. They remind us that every action has a consequence, every choice a repercussion. They tell us that the seeds we sow in this life will bear fruit in the next. Whether those fruits are sweet or bitter depends on us. And finally, the verses remind us that the divine is always watching, always aware. Nothing escapes His notice. He knows our deepest thoughts, our most secret desires. He is the ultimate judge, the final arbiter of our fate. These verses serve as a stark reminder of the consequences of disbelief and the rewards of faith. Verses 15 to 23 emphasize the oneness of Allah. These verses are a profound testament to the singularity and uniqueness of Allah. They underscore the truth that there is no deity except Allah, the One, the Subduer. This truth is fundamental to the Islamic faith, and it is beautifully encapsulated in these verses of Surah Al-Mulk. Consider verse 15, which speaks of Allah's creation of 7 heavens, one above the other. This verse does not merely describe a physical reality, it also symbolizes the multiple layers of knowledge and wisdom that Allah possesses, a depth of understanding far beyond what any human or indeed any other deity could ever hope to achieve. Now let us reflect on verse 16. This verse challenges those who disbelieve in the oneness of Allah, asking them to gaze upon the heavens and find any flaws or discrepancies. The perfection of the universe in all its complexity and intricacy points to a single creator. It refutes any notion of multiple gods, each responsible for a different aspect of creation. The verses that follow continue to illustrate the oneness of Allah through various examples. Each example is a testament to Allah's power, wisdom, and mercy. They remind us that it is Allah who gives life and causes death, who controls the winds and the seas, who brings forth the living from the dead and the dead from the living. These verses also highlight the futility of worshipping anything other than Allah. They remind us that false gods can neither harm nor benefit us. They cannot even control their own existence. Only Allah, the One, the Subduer, possesses such power. Through these verses, we understand the importance of recognizing and acknowledging the oneness of Allah. This recognition is not merely an intellectual exercise, it is a spiritual journey, one that brings us closer to Allah and enables us to appreciate His many blessings. It is a journey that leads us to a deeper understanding of our purpose in this world and ultimately our place in the hereafter. Through these verses, we understand the importance of recognizing and acknowledging the oneness of Allah. The concluding verses of Surah Al-Mulk emphasize the certainty of the hereafter. This portion of the surah articulates an undeniable truth, a promise that resonates with a profound sense of finality. It speaks of the inevitable journey that each soul will undertake, a journey towards the hereafter. The verses delineate the reality of life after death, a concept that is foundational to the Islamic faith. It is an echo of the divine promise, a confirmation of the unseen world that awaits beyond the veil of this mortal existence. The Quran constantly draws our attention to this concept, reminding us that our time on earth is but a fleeting moment in the grand scheme of the eternal. These verses not only affirm the existence of the hereafter, but they also shed light on the ultimate justice that will be served. They convey a message of accountability, a concept deeply ingrained in the fabric of Islamic teachings. Every action, every word, every thought carries weight and will be subject to divine judgment. In the court of the hereafter, there are no biases, no prejudices, no corruption. The scales of justice are perfectly balanced, reflecting the absolute fairness of the divine. It is a court where the oppressed will find solace and the oppressors will face retribution. This promise of ultimate justice offers a sense of comfort and instills a sense of responsibility, encouraging us to live righteously, to act justly, and to strive for goodness in all that we do. The verses serve as a reminder that the hereafter is not a distant reality, but an impending certainty. They prompt us to reflect, to ponder upon our actions, and to prepare for the journey that lies ahead. They remind us that this life is transient, that our true abode lies in the hereafter. These final verses reaffirm our belief in the hereafter, reminding us of the ultimate justice that awaits. They inspire us to lead a life of righteousness and responsibility, to strive for goodness and justice, and to prepare for the certainty of the hereafter. Surah Al-Mulk, a chapter of profound depth and wisdom, guides us through important aspects of our faith. As we reflect on the journey we've taken together through this surah, we've explored the grandeur and majesty of Allah's kingdom. We've seen how it's a testament to His unparalleled power and the exquisite beauty of His creation. We've also delved into the stark consequences of disbelief, a vital reminder of the importance of faith and obedience. We've been reminded of the oneness of Allah, that He alone is the creator, sustainer, and ultimate sovereign of all that exists. Lastly, we've pondered the certainty of the hereafter, an undeniable reality that every soul will face. It's a call to prepare ourselves to strive for righteousness and to seek Allah's mercy. In essence, Surah Al-Mulk is a beacon of wisdom, guiding us towards a life of faith and righteousness. May this understanding of Surah Al-Mulk inspire us to reflect on our faith and strive for righteousness.